Today I'm making proper mac and cheese. 3 cheeses, crispy panko top, and 0 fuss. So if you want the creamiest, crunchiest mac of your life, this is the one. I start off with a heavy based pan and fill that up with cold water. Onto the heat, plenty of salt, but no oil. Sorry mum, it just doesn't need it. So however many minutes it tells you to cook it on the packet, take away 2 minutes. Once I've added my pasta into the water, I like to separate it with a spoon just to ensure that it's not going to stick together. I use foil as a lid sometimes to bring things to the boil quicker. So drain off that pasta, as I said, when it's 2 minutes undercooked, and then return it back into that saucepan that we cooked it in. Then I'm going to add 15 grams of butter. This is going to prevent it from sticking together and keep it all really nice and moist. It will also help it to hold its shape as well. Now time to grate all of our cheeses in advance. 150 grams of Gruyere, 200 grams of mozzarella. This is going to give the sauce an elasticy feel, and 40 grams of Parmesan for bite. Grate all those 3. Now for our bechamel sauce. So we have a cast iron pan on the stove and I'm melting 60 grams of butter. Just keep moving that around so it doesn't burn or brown in the pan. To that, I'm going to add 50 grams of plain flour to make what's called a roux. Cook this out for approximately 1 to 2 minutes before adding our milk. Make sure you use full cream milk here and just keep whisking that. As you bring the milk to the heat, you'll see it thicken up nicely on the back of the flour and butter mix. You're looking for a light, completely smooth, glossy sauce with no taste of flour remaining. To flavour the sauce, I'm adding mustard powder, garlic powder, and onion powder. This works wonderfully with the cheeses. Season that to taste with salt, although it'll take about 1 teaspoon in my experience, and just whisk all that through. So here I'm just trying to give you an idea of how thick the sauce should be, so hopefully you can see that. So while the bechamel is still hot but has been removed from the stove, we're going to add those grated cheeses and start to mix that through. First with a whisk, and then I change over to a spatula. It hadn't fully melted, so I give it 30 more seconds on the stove, and that does the trick. To keep things simple, we're going to use the same cast iron pan to bake. So fold that macaroni through the sauce really carefully and gently so you don't break up the pasta. Wipe the edges of that pan clean. Any sauce on the edges will burn and it won't be good for presentation. Finally, mix some panko with melted butter and scatter it in a thin layer over the top. Avoid the temptation to add any cheese on the top here because that's going to prevent the breadcrumbs from crisping up. Now we've built our mac and cheese ready for a 180-degree oven, and we're going to bake that for approximately 25 minutes. Nice even colour on top, and you can actually hear how crisp that topping is. And as the spoon goes through, you can see how soft and saucy that centre is. Lunch is ready. What do you think?
It's really good. It's really cheesy and buttery. Look at that cheese pull.
So you heard it, you don't have to take my word for it. It's cheesy, it's buttery, look at the cheese pull. It's amazing. Let's try it. It's really good. The mozzarella really gives it that kind of elasticy kind of texture to the sauce. The Parmesan's for the flavour, and then the nutty kind of sweet Swiss cheese is just for the kind of mellowness of the cheesiness. A crispy top with those buttery panko crumbs, absolutely delicious.